What's up, guys? Congratulations on your new Arctic Leopard XC Pro S. You're probably here because you've seen my top speed video and are wondering how you too can also achieve those speeds. I'm going to go through some settings within the Fardriver app on how you can get more torque, more speed, and also fine-tuning a few other things. The beginning of this video is going to be how to actually download the Fardriver app really briefly, and then we'll get into the app itself. If you have Apple, the Fardriver app will be in the Apple Store. If you have an Android, it is not in Google Play. It is an APK file that you'll have to search for and download. Just type in Fardriver Android app. It's going to be the first link. Click it, download. You're going to have to force download it, but I promise you it's safe. Allow it to go through and download the app. Before we start, do make sure you have Bluetooth and location on. Open the app, allow permissions. I tapped on allow for this one. This one isn't really necessary. If you do get this message, you're going to have to manually add additional permissions. It doesn't prompt you when you open the app for some reason. So go here, app info, permissions, nearby devices, allow. Go back to the app, okay. If it doesn't prompt you for a login, you're going to go to the bottom right, com, user login, click both sliders, put in your email, a random 8-digit password, you can change it later, and tap on Get Verify. Go to your email app. It'll likely be sent to your junk folder. Get the 6-digit code. You are now registered. Tap on Scan and search for your controller. It may take 10 or 15 seconds or even longer. If it doesn't pick up right away, close the app, get back in, and rescan. You're going to look for Control. Tap on it, hit Connect. You are now bound to your controller. Once bound, go to the bottom left gear icon, hit Open Pro and BLE. Okay, we are now in the tuning portion of the app. Before we change anything, I highly recommend you take screenshots of all these parameters, just so you can refer back to it if needed. The first two things we're going to change here affects the throttle. Throttle response was set to 0, I believe. We're going to put it to Sport. The second thing is the throttle low. This is what takes up the dead space from when you twist the throttle to it actually engages. I think it was at maybe 1 or 1.1, but there was just way too much dead space. If this is too sensitive for you, then you can do even 0.85 or 0.9, but I like it there at 0.8. Next is ratios and speed. Stock, these were all 75%. I don't know why they limited the bike that much. Typically what you would do is start with the rated speed of 6,800 RPMs, put all RPMs to 100%, and then start tapering it down once you get to that rated speed. This is how I have it. However, you can start tapering it down similar to how it was in the stock configuration. I believe it started at maybe 5,000. So you can go 100% here, and then 95 here, 90 here. You can do 2 or 5%. The less percentage at the higher RPMs, the more field weakening, meaning a potential higher top speed. I have it topped out at 72 miles an hour with these settings. However, if I were to lower these, it is possible that field weakening would allow me to go even faster. So play with that, test it out. Next is regen. So one of the things I love about Fardriver and the way this is set up is that whenever you have regen turned on and you squeeze the brakes, it activates regen. So you get twice the stopping power. And that's what EABS when brake means. Here are the percentages that I changed for how aggressive the regen is. I remember it being way over the top at low speeds with how it came. It was too aggressive. Whenever I'm going lower speeds, I don't want heavy regen. I want it to taper off as I get slower. Usually when I'm using regen is if I'm going at a high speed and I need to slow down faster than what I think squeezing the brakes would allow me to. So I'll flip the switch, slow down with regen, and usually if I need to throttle again shortly after, I'll just turn it off because of the brake cutoff. So yeah, that's how I have it set on mine. And lastly is the display speed pulse 219. If you saw my top speed video, which you probably did, and that's why you're here, this is the setting to change to make the speedometer just a little bit more accurate to actual speed. Alright guys, that's all I have for you right now. I will continue playing with the app, playing with tuning, and seeing what else I can do to make it more enjoyable for me. Definitely feel free to use this as a base. You can copy it exactly and you might be fine with it, but just be aware of what you did and definitely feel free to come back and mess around with it some more. Alright guys, have fun, be safe, and keep on riding. Thanks for watching. Hit like and hit subscribe for me. Appreciate you guys.